Okay, we're streaming live, Dean.
Thank God for Fridays. Thank God it's Friday. Hey, creatives, are you choosing well-being or drama to the max? Welcome to New Thought Live with Rich Smit and Dean Regan, RScP. Today, are you committed to gossip and drama and living in the less than and victimized world? We're going to talk today on New Thought Live. Well, we're going to celebrate, actually, the miracle of well-being, the miracle of love, the miracle of the peace that passeth understanding. Who knows what peace will unfold in the midst of this conversation? So we're glad you're here. Join us. Richard.
Yeah, welcome. The
Rich.
peace that passeth understanding.
Peace that passeth understanding.
It's the peace that surpasses any understanding that you could ever imagine what peace can be.
So peaceful.
Because it's the peace that comes from infinite intelligence, the peace that comes from that perfect harmony, the divine expression in and as and through you. Yeah. And so, the peace that passeth understanding. I just love it. It surpasses any understanding. And when you find that peace, you find the key to your joy and happiness and peace.
And sometimes that peace can come. Well, you experienced a sense of peace today when you had an experience within your family that, stuff was going on for other folks in your family, but you experienced that sense of peace, almost a miracle.
Yeah.
In celebration of the resolution, the response that family members were making. And you reported it, it really made you feel happy.
Yeah.
And again, like there had been a miracle, and I would say there had been a miracle.
Yeah.
Whenever there's joy, there's a sense of miracle. Whenever there's a shift in perspective, that's why the idea, like sometimes in my experience, that whole drama to the max, like, why don't they understand, or people should know, or that whole, why can't, it just begins to feel like a drama that is not the questions when I'm in the midst of drama that I ask are generally not particularly helpful questions. That's why I always go back to that magnificent sense of, how is this happening for me? Because it's a question that I can ask myself that stops my brain from spinning when I'm in the midst of spinning. So when I'm experiencing a sense of drama to the max, how is this happening for me?
Yeah.
It stops that drama wheel from spinning. You have a principle for the infinite filmmaker principles that you were talking about.
Principle 22. And so I use that metaphor that your life is a movie created by an infinite filmmaker. And as a character in this universal movie, you were given the ability to think. Now, we all know that thoughts become things, and limitation and poverty, they're not a creation of the infinite filmmaker, but a creation of your own thinking. And so, you can't solve, who was it, Dean, that said you can't solve the problem at the
level of consciousness that created the problem.
So if you're creating things that are causing you to become the victim, or to gossip and drama and to live a life of victimhood, then you can't stay in that mindset. You have to change your thinking. You have to change your life. And you can do that by for me, it's by recognizing that I'm working with an unlimited power and presence. It's working in and as and through me. I say this all the time, and it's not withholding anything. And my highest good is always knocking on my door. And I just choose to open that door through the thoughts that I have, through the belief system that I hold, and through my recognition of this power and presence. So we're talking today about some stuff that was going on in the family. And our coach, Jen and I, we have a coach too. Everybody should have a coach. Even coaches should have coaches. And she was suggesting that, hey, Richard, you know, you like filmmaking and stuff. Why don't you and Jennifer write a little script about your life? And I'm like, well, why would we do that? And she said, because you start to recognize all these amazing things that happen in your life that to you, it's just natural, you know, to be able to demonstrate these things and to be able to, like, for instance, she was able to work through some drama that she's going through in her family and come out of it and go, I'm okay with this. And so this is really important stuff. And we just forget about it. We just go through our life, all these great things are happening to us and we don't even recognize it. So she suggested to write down like a little script each day about different things that went on in our life that we could look at and go, this is divine presence flowing in and as and through our lives, revealing itself in and as and through each and every one of us. So, yeah.
And that script of your life is almost like a love letter, an appreciation of your life, and allows you to let go of any thoughts that are contrary to the experience that you are not wanting in your life. You're focusing on those positive aspects of your life and writing them out. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that as far as being able to appreciate in longhand your life.
Yeah.
What we're here for, that whole sense of peace. We're asking you to look beyond these concerns of your everyday life and take a moment to just experience that faith and express that peace and quiet, regardless of where your ego or your emotions are guiding you to believe. These can be false beliefs.
Yeah.
Especially that idea of fear, false evidence appearing real. There's fear at the base of so much of our drama to the max that we need to just take a breath and recognize that this is not necessarily how you need to move forward. And if you're not wanting that experience, you can choose to want another experience and move in that direction. Rich, you said earlier, we all know that thoughts are things. Well, I'm not exactly sure that we all do know thoughts are things. I believe that to be true, but the idea that your cumulative thinking is contributing to how your life is unfolding. And when I'm pointing at you, I got all these fingers pointing back at me. This is how my life is unfolding through the cumulative thinking.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, Jennifer, my wife, is always saying, why are you talking like that? Is that what you want to experience? Let's talk about what's good. Let's talk about what we want to create. You know, we used to would go walking during COVID a lot. And one time we're walking up to the Westwood Village, beautiful college town, really nice up there. So we're walking up there and she started saying, what is it that you want? What would you like to create? Let's talk about our dream. And we talked about the mansion with the screening room in there where I can invite friends over to watch movies, and the swimming pool and the gym and the coach that comes and works with us in the gym. And, you know, all these things we started visioning for it. And one of the things we visioned for was a travel van, but we were thinking really small, like an old Volkswagen. We've always wanted one of those old Volkswagen vans to travel in. And just through the power of changing your thoughts, we were able to manifest a travel van, one of the most expensive travel vans. It's a Mercedes and an Airstream van. It's super expensive. And I don't know, you know, to this day, it was during COVID. We were both out of work. We lost our companies. And I'm going, how did this happen? I guess it happens because we must have believed somewhere that we could manifest it. We must have thought about what we thought about it. We created it. How I'll explain how is that the universe is not withholding anything from you. You are with your thoughts. So that's it.
That makes me feel peaceful. Just the idea that my ability to formulate thinking can contribute to my world and the world of others.
Yeah.
Floats my boat. But speaking of floating your boat, I believe we need to float out of here.
Yeah.
Mr. Smith, are you doing anything on Tuesday?
New Thought Tuesday. I do it every
Great,
morning.
let's do
10
that.
o'clock.
New Thought Tuesdays. That's Tuesday, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern time. Rich is on the West Coast and Dean is on the East Coast. And we will be getting together, God willing, on Tuesday for our next discussion, where if you go to newthoughttuesdays.com, you can fill out this request form and you'll get sent an email with the private link to our Zoom room so you can experience the talk, which is about 20 minutes long. And then the whole community gets together to discuss some stuff. And I was very excited about this week's conversation with the community. It meant a lot. It was really kind of fun. So anyway,
Yeah.
We'll see you there Tuesday. And then, we're going to pop up here on Facebook Live
Every day.
every day.
So we'll see you then. And we'll see you tomorrow. Take care.